Hi guys, here we are, MMA UK News. Obviously myself, Stoomboy, as always, for the MMA UK BJJ show. So talking about, as we've been talking about for the last week or so, SGI8. SGI8 is going to be Saturday the 9th of October. Usual place, Maryhill Community Halls. Doors open at 5 o'clock. First fight will be 5:45 with the 8-man open weight tournament quarterfinals. So I believe the brackets are up for the quarterfinals. So I believe the first fight's going to be, if I remember rightly, Nathaniel Montgomery against Dylan Nooney. So promises to be a great 8-man tournament. As I say, the final is going to be the last fight of the night, so that'll be the main event. We're going to have some fantastic fights throughout before that or in between that. So a lot of great single matches are going to be on there. So one thing I can't stress enough is tickets. Now, tickets are only available directly from Scottish Grappling on the Eventbrite page, purely because of it being a council-run building. Track and trace is very, very strict when it comes to the council. So make sure you do get your tickets directly from Scottish Grappling on Eventbrite. Do not turn up on the night, because if you do turn up on a night without a ticket, unfortunately, there is nothing on sale at the door, so you will be sent packing. All right, so we're going to be speaking to my guest tonight, Iain Postlethwaite. Now, Iain out of Ayrshire Fight Academy. Iain had a run out on Evolution of Combat 9 recently, where I spoke about it after it with Iain, and we heard now the Maryhill Community Halls being the type of building it is. Whenever a shout from the audience goes up or there's any noise, it kind of echoes throughout the building. So Iain, hit a head kick from hell, and that just vibrated throughout the whole building. So absolutely beautiful head kick. So came away with a TKO victory, which was absolutely brilliant to see. I mean, absolutely great performance by Iain. So Iain's going to be up against Barry Monroe, Scottish Martial Arts Centre. So again, Barry had a run out at Evolution of Combat 9. Unfortunately, came away with a loss at that time. But again, put on an absolutely fantastic performance against Jack Gillis of 10th Planet. So, Iain, absolute pleasure to have you on as always. How you doing, buddy? You all right?
Not bad, mate. How's things?
I'm good. So, yeah, Evolution of Combat 9 then. So, obviously, coming off a win on that. I mean, we talked about that kick. I mean, I'm still talking about that whenever I'm talking to anybody. I mean, that was for me definitely one of the highlights of the night.
Like I said in the post fight, it was literally threw it out to be a feeler. Didn't actually think I'd connect clean. But again, due to the amount of pullouts and stuff like that, it was kind of bittersweet. Because there was a few big names that were thrown at me and stuff like that, and like a few of them just kind of fell through and stuff like that. Dan Hope done his absolute best to get to somebody, and just the way it worked out. But looking to try and get a leader. Wait to next year to get another MMA fight early on, or I'll just see how things are and stuff like that. This SGI thing, I literally just I seen it and I signed up for it for a bit of fun. Jiu-jitsu's always been the funner side of things and stuff like that. The less like tension build up and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's more relaxed as well. I mean, obviously going into an MMA camp, I can imagine, is obviously quite pressurized, especially with the training and having to worry about cutting weight and doing all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be a little bit more relaxed for you this time then.
Oh, 10 times relaxed. Like I'm not cutting massive amounts of weight and stuff like that. And like for me, like the weight cut's probably the shittiest part of it and stuff like that. But like the lead up fight to MMA fight and stuff like that, you feel like your body's breaking down like each time and stuff like that, and then you have to pull back and then go again and stuff like that. Whereas jiu-jitsu, you can literally roll a bit for ages, and luckily enough, like you know yourself, like you get caught in a sub or something like that, right? That's cool, that's it. In MMA sparring and stuff like that, in certain transitions, there'll be a wee tweak or something like that, and something will pop. I've had that happened a good few times. But jiu-jitsu, I've never really been injured as such. So like I'm quite lucky in that sense. And I think a lot of guys are the same as well. Like as long as you train sensible and stuff like that, you can pretty much train every day of the year for jiu-jitsu and just have fun with it.
Yeah. I mean, you tend to find big injuries. Normally, it comes where, I mean, somebody's made a mistake, or do you know what I mean? Whether it be in training, no, we've seen broken bones where people maybe they've not tapped when they're supposed to tap, even in competitions and stuff like that. I mean, we see it all the time. So as you said, it's about being sensible and not being a hero and trying to hold a submission on for too long. So.
I say it to the newer guys more than anything is like you'll always get the newer guy. Oh, I'm not gonna tap out. I'm not gonna tap out. No, this is the gym. Like tap out all you want. Like literally, if you get like caught in something, like tap out, then you go again. It means you can train tomorrow. You can train this Saturday. You can train Sunday. Whatever you can train whatever day you want. Whereas if you hold off, next thing you know, you've popped your elbow, you've popped your shoulder, and shit like that, and just it's an unneeded injury because of your ego. Whereas if you just relax the ego and just train and have fun with it, it stays fun, pretty much.
Yeah. I remember we went down to Rodolfo Vieira was down that GF team down in Greenock. I remember him talking about training, and he was basically saying that whenever he was and again, because obviously where he trains and the level he's at, it's kill or be killed in the gym that he trains at. So he says that these guys don't give up for nothing, and he said if somebody catches him, he wants to kill them. So not literally kill them, but he wants to. He wants to go out there and
get one back.
Yeah. So so he was talking.
I get that mentality as well. I definitely get that mentality and stuff like that. But it's for me, like you can go that way for ages and stuff like that. But it's depending on who you go with as well.
Yeah.
If you go with somebody that knows what they're doing and stuff like that, and they know to crank it on, then you know you could fight it and stuff like that. Whereas if you get somebody that's a wee bit fresher to the sport and stuff like that, and they're like, fuck, I've nearly caught Iain and something, I'm going to yank on it, or I'm going to try and fucking take his head off or something. And see doing stuff like that, that's the stuff where somebody's going to get injured. Whereas I'll do it with like our fighters and stuff. I'll catch them in the sub, and rather than rank it on until they'll tap, I'll kind of hold it in certain positions, and then they have to try and work out it. And then also, as well as them getting better escapes and stuff, I'm getting just that wee bit better with controlling it and stuff as well.
Yeah.
So and like that's one thing that I learned from Marcus when I was training with him for like how many years. So was it would catch you in something, but it would allow you like time to try and work out and stuff and he'd still like control it. So he was still getting in like reps of technique and stuff like that while you were getting reps of trying to escape and shit like that. 9 out of 10 times you never escaped because, well, it was in tight and it just fucking, that was it. But, nah.
You always do that with Marcos. I mean, Marcos is funny whenever you're rolling with him, and he'll get you in something and you'll get out of it and you'll think to yourself, fuck, I got out of that. And you're like that. And then after the roll, he'll tell you, no, I'll let it go, just so you can then advance position. And you'll be like, fuck, I thought I was doing great as well. I thought I was doing fantastic. Absolute nightmare for that.
It was back when we were still under BJJ Scotland, as he had it. And I remember, like, because I caught him in an armbar, and I was like, fuck, I've nearly got this. And I was just trying to adjust his wrist and stuff like that before pushing my hips in a touch. And fucking, next thing I know, he's out. And I'm like, bastard. And then next thing I know, he's got me in an armbar. And I'm like, right, well, thanks.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when I first started training with him, whenever we rolled, he would never let you pass his guard. Right, he would never let you do it at all. And I remember we went down to, and it wasn't through the lack of trying. I mean, do you know what I mean? I would roll with Marcos, and I would put so much pressure and to go one way, switch, and it would never happen. And obviously, him being a black belt, top level black belt, then it was going to be difficult. So I remember we're driving down to London, and we were talking about it, and we were saying that, Marcos, I sit and watch you roll with other people, and you'll let them pass your guard. Do you know what I mean? But how come I can't do it? But you let white belts and you let other blue belts and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? And obviously he's saying, well, look, I want you to get better. And so me and a couple of other boys in the car, we were saying, well, that's our goal. We're going to look to pass your guard. And he just laughed and said, well, you'll be training with me for a long time then. So, okay, fair enough. And then I remember the one time I did pass his guard. Well, obviously I passed a few times, but I remember the first time I did it, I was in his guard. I'd got his leg down and almost done like a kind of headstand. And he didn't expect it, obviously, me being 100+ kilos. He didn't expect it at all. And I done that and then managed to switch my body and come into side control. And I remember holding him there, trying to move about, trying to advance position from there. And then I went to put a knee on belly, and then he hooked my leg, swept me over, and then submitted me with an armbar. And I was like, fuck's sake. I mean, I just spent 5-6 minutes to get to side control, and he's just done me in less than 30 seconds.
It's one of the things where, like, as I always say to people as well, like, guys in the gym and out of the gym, like, you're never, ever going to learn everything in jiu-jitsu. There's always got to be something that you don't know. Yeah. Whether it be a white belt tells you something about it, or black belt, or whatever belt, like, just listen and just see what the approach is, and if it's feasible for you to do and stuff like that with your abilities and stuff, try it.
Yeah.
I remember. Sorry about that. Fucking somebody tried to phone us there.
That's right.
Nah, so ended up like, when I first started training, I done the rookie mistake of watching about fucking 50 videos a night and stuff like that. And I would go in to the gym and I'd try and roll with guys, and then I'd combine about 4 techniques together, and I'm getting myself tangled up here rather than getting them tangled up. So ended up, I did ask Marcus, I was like, hey, what am I doing wrong here? And he's like, well, your first thing is you're watching too many things, you're watching too many techniques to try and filter it in and stuff like that. So I ended up just going one technique, and I kept it for, I think I would keep a technique for maybe 2 weeks, see how it went and stuff like that, and then just try and progress it through there. And I tell my guys, do the exact same thing. If you see something on Instagram and stuff like that, then use it. Social media these days is absolutely unreal for all the different techniques, so you might as well use it to your advantage.
Yeah. And that's one thing. I mean, I started jiu-jitsu 2014, early 2014. So I've been coming up on 8 years, and I mean, social media has exploded so much since when I first started. And I mean, you've got like the BJJ fanatics for jiu-jitsu guys, where they can go on and you can speak to like your Gordon Ryans or Bernardo Farias and whoever else. Tom DeBlas is always a good one. He'll always talk to as many people as possible. So social media has done so much for not just jiu-jitsu but MMA as a community.
It's like with social media, it was literally when I looked at when I first started jiu-jitsu, it was literally you just go on YouTube and pardon me, you would get maybe a handful of videos and stuff like that, and maybe a wee bit more depending if you knew what to search and stuff like that. But see now, like literally, like you just flick on Facebook or Instagram or anything like that, and if you follow one of the pages, there's always going to be a breakdown of a certain technique in your face within, like, I don't know, 5 minutes, like easy. So like that's why as well, like you see how like MMA is probably the one that I see it in the most, is where you see like current amateurs and stuff that are fighting the fucking absolutely phenomenal fighters, and it's because like the game of MMA is just continuously growing and stuff like that. Same with jiu-jitsu and stuff. Like you'll see guys that are been training a lot less time than me, and they've just developed a lot quicker and shit like that because it's just pretty much at your front door or your TV screen or whatever. So there's absolutely loads of.
Yeah, I mean, we see it all the time, man, at different events, obviously Evolution of Combat events and for obviously MMA and stuff like that, and even the grappling. And we see so many of these new kids coming through. I mean, obviously, you've got the guys coming out at a higher level just now, guys out the hit squad. Neil Laird's got a few guys that are kicking ass, man, and doing absolutely brilliant. And I mean, that's the same all over Scotland, wherever you go.
It's just it's one of the things, like the talent pool's just kind of expanding more and more each day, and it's ridiculous, like the amount of talent that's going about. So, and it just kind of it shows you, because there's some people that will come in to gyms and stuff or they'll message you, and like I get it all the time, like oh, I want to be a fighter, this, that, and that thing, and no harm to anybody that wants to be a fighter and stuff like that, and just it doesn't work out for them, fair enough. But you get so many people that will maybe do a week or two, and then they'll be like, it's not for me, which is absolutely fine. But the ones that stick at it and stuff like that, you see like absolute talents, and it's because of the amount of work they're putting in. Like you're not even talking just maybe 1 or 2 nights a week. You're talking literally every night they're in the gym. It's no like hard going like every night in the gym, but they're just focusing on small details and stuff. And they guys are the ones that are just absolute killers within a year or two.
Yeah. I mean, what's that saying? They always say
it's just dedication.
Yeah, that was that saying. I can't remember who said it, but everybody said everybody wants to be a fighter, but not everybody wants to put in what the fighter does. I mean, as people always see that whatever, whether it be a 5 or a 6 minute round in grappling, 10 minutes or whatever, or maybe a 3 or a 5 rounds in MMA. But what they don't see is what you're saying is what goes on in the lead up to that fight.
And the lead up, like the amount of people that will maybe see like in a sub only or anything like that, the guy hits a awesome sweep and then gets in top mount or whatever. Like some people will be like, how the fuck did they do that? And then they're like, oh, it was just luck. No, that guy's not done that with luck. That guy's done that through reps. Like he's repped that out to fuck. And same way MMA, you'll see guys hit certain techniques, and it's repetition, 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 so you're pretty much bored of it. We were talking about GSP. I think it was last night or something like that, and it was he was practicing a jab for 3 days straight, nothing else, just the jab. And like I jokingly said, "Oh, that must have been the lead up to the Koscheck fight." Every possibility it might have been, I don't know, but it's just one of the things that the repetition, your techniques and stuff. It's not just one night of doing it. It's night after night, month after month, year after year, and stuff like that. So it's when you get guys that are dedicated for it and stuff like that, and that they're willing to put in the time and effort, the rewards 100%.
Yeah, I see. Definitely hats off to anybody that puts it in. I mean, as I said, I remember doing it back in the day. Obviously, I'm getting a bit older now, but obviously putting in, you would ever, whenever you had a kind of big competition coming up, IBJJF or whatever, you'd always do like for grappling. It was always maybe 4 to 6 weeks. But again, MMA fighters, as I said, been around MMA fighters long enough in Scotland to know what you guys do and how hard it can be as well. Do you know what I mean? So definitely hats off to you guys. So and then you've also got your opponent Barry Monroe SMAC. So so again, do you know much about Barry? I know that I don't know if you've seen his match on Evolution of Combat 9.
Well, I've seen his name kicking about and stuff like that. And then I watched his fight at Evolution of Combat. I'm pretty sure I watched all this submission grappling before getting my hands wrapped and stuff. If you actually check back on end of the feed, the Evolution of Combat, you actually see me sitting just at the front of the table, and I'm just kind of engrossed in what's happening and stuff. I'm watching. Barry's fight was the first one, so I ended up just sitting there, and the pace as well. Submission grappling like that, like the 10-minute limit and stuff at no points kind of thing. That's always something that I've always been interested in and stuff like that. So for me to get that, it's pretty cool. I put in for I think it was the last SGI. Was meant to be in I think it was either under 65 or under 70 kilogram tournament, and I was buzzing for it, and it was, my knee just felt weird, so I just messaged James and I was like, "Look, mate, I'll have to sit this one out, but I'll definitely be interested in other shows if you're doing like any like near future and stuff like that." So and then on, I think it was last week, it popped up on my Facebook saying that they're looking for under 65, and I was like, well, fuck it, I'll message them, see what it is and stuff like that. And they said about it, and I goes, I'm happy with that matchup. If he is, if he takes it, then I'm good to go. So ended up, it was pretty quick process. I think they messaged him and he messaged back pretty quick. So in the space of, I think it was 25 to 30 minutes, I ended up not having anything lined up to then having this submission grappling match, which is, it's a wee bit more on the fun side of things rather than getting like going through camps and going through weight cuts and shit like that. So you can just enjoy this one.
Definitely. Well, listen, it looks like it's going to be a great event. As I said, I know especially the last couple of times I've seen you coming out for MMA, I mean, you always look like you're coming out and you're enjoying it. So, and I said to Barry, I know you're, so, and I know that Barry as well. I mean, when we watched Barry at Evolution of Combat, I mean, you seen Barry kind of laughing and kind of smiling and all that as he's mid-rolling. And again, he looked like he enjoyed it. So, and again, as you said, I mean, it's obviously the grappling side of things. You're not having to worry about getting punched or kicked or knees, elbows, and stuff like that. So for you, it's going to be a little bit more enjoyable than doing an actual MMA fight. So it's going to be a good fight. It's going to be a good one.
Well, that's the thing. I heard his interview, and he was saying that he likes a fast pace and stuff like that. Like, and that's how he likes rolling, and that's ideal for me. I like fast paced rolls and stuff like that. So it's more exciting that way. Like, I can slow things down. I can speed it up. Either or, I'm happy.
Yeah, definitely. So no, listen, it's going to be a great matchup. As I said, obviously knowing both of you guys, knowing what you guys can bring. So yeah, listen, I'm buzzing for it. I love watching the wee guys. The one thing as well, you're gonna Barry's. I think Barry's similar height to us as well. So which is going to be because I know it's going to be unusual for you because normally you're fighting bigger guys. So it's very rare that you'll get guys.
Last time I competed, man, I was fucking. I ended up having to go against a guy that must have looked close to 6 foot. And I'm like, fucking hell, man, these guys are tall. And then you've got wee me, fucking 5'5" at a push.
Aye. So it's good. You're going to get somebody because I said that to Barry as well, and Barry's like, yeah. He's just happy again. He's got somebody his own size. So, and for me as well, I'd say I'm the same height as you guys. I'm only a wee 5'4", 5. Well, I say 5'5". I always say when I've got big shoes on, I'm 5'5". So I'm probably close to 5'4". So it's always it'll be good that you've actually got someone your own sizes that you're going to be able to go in and get some grappling with. So. And then obviously you mentioned as well, obviously going forward, obviously hopefully we'll see you obviously picking up an MMA fight. What you're looking at probably next year some point then?
I think just the way things are going to probably pan out and stuff. I think February might be the next one lined up. But we'll see how things play out and stuff like that. Just enjoy the rest of the year and stuff like that. If anything pops up, then obviously I'm good for it. But just see what the year brings.
Yeah, definitely. So just enjoy the rest of the year, and then anybody you want to shout out to then? So obviously friends, family. I know we want to give a shout out to your sponsor as well, Beard Things. So
for like Andy's absolutely brand new. He messaged me after the fight, congratulating me and everything like that. And he's apologetic and everything like that because he couldn't actually promote that I'd won the fight or anything like that because he's actually in the police right now. So
right.
Police force and everything. So like he can't share anything on Facebook or anything like that because of the logo being a knuckle duster and stuff like that. So that was a gutter for him. But as always, a shout out to Andy, Beard Things, just everybody at the gym, Jamie, Sophie, my brother Graham, and everything like that, everybody that helps out. Just the usual lot.
Nice. I know, Andy, I know you mentioned a few times, Beard Things are a massive supporter of you, so they're always 100% behind you. So even though they don't post, we know they're a massive supporter of yours. So yeah, definitely check out Beard Things. I mean, I was on there and I was looking at some of the beard cream. They've got some beard cream. And is it your man that's got, it looks like almost a big glittery beard?
I don't know what it's looking like the new. Like, it did have this massive fucking beard, and it was like, every time you looked at it, and you're like, "How the fuck do you get your beard like that?" And then he trimmed it right down. So it might have been. He's probably grew it again, but like the last time I personally seen him, he had that like beard like right down to the chest, and it
Yeah,
was silky
yeah.
smooth and everything like that. So
The one, well,
he's definitely
whoever's
ah
pictures on the website. I don't know if it's your man Andy, but it's a
uh,
nice big, well-shaped beard as well. Do you know what I mean? I had
aye
very envious beard envy when I seen it. So, but it's a good beard. So, but definitely check out beard things. I mean, there's different, there's different kind of. I don't know if you would call them flavors or that, but there's different kind of
aye
ones that you can put on, different styles, and so on. So there's a number of
aye.
different styles. So definitely
Oh,
check them
there's
out. I'd say,
loads of different ones.
yeah, yeah. So
Vanilla Killer. That was the first one that he ever gave me, and
yeah,
honestly, like it smells delicious as well. Like honestly, like during weight
nice,
cuts and stuff, I just kind of taking up the smell and stuff.
nice, nice. Well, listen, I was on. As I say that, I think it was the Vanilla Killer I was looking at. So because I think
Aye,
you get an oil and a cream. And it
yep.
wasn't. I think it was only like 21, 22 quid as well. So it wasn't too
Aye,
expensive.
he's
So
definitely affordable, definitely,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
And everything that he does is pretty much done by his own hand and stuff like that.
yeah,
So he started for the ground up and stuff like that, and he's just. I remember the day that he officially launched and stuff like that. Like he messaged me, he's like, "This is absolutely unreal. My hand's no stopped writing out these wee cards and stuff like that," and they taking a picture. And I was like,
yeah,
"Fuck that, man! My home would be killing me after that."
yeah.
So, no, he's done amazing for himself.
Yeah.
He's an old training partner as well,
Mhm.
and occasionally comes down to train with us whenever he's local. So,
Yeah. Yeah. So definitely, guys, check out that. I know that almost every guy in Scotland that does BJJ has a beard. So get yourself into
aye,
beard things, and obviously definitely have a look. And I'd say very, very reasonable prices as well. So,
aye,
yeah, listen, guys, SGI8. Saturday, 9th of October. So a week tomorrow. So we're only, 8 days out now. So
yep,
again, tickets on the Eventbrite page. So make sure you do get your tickets. So going to have Iain Postlethwaite fighting or coming up against Barry Monroe. So promises to be a fast-paced, exciting competition. So we're definitely looking forward to it, Iain. So listen, absolute pleasure to have you on again, buddy.
cheers, buddy.
All right.
Just thanks to Barry for taking it and stuff like that, and I'll see him next Saturday.
Nice one. Nice one. Well, listen, enjoy the rest of your week training. Stay safe, and I'll see you next
Yep.
Saturday.
No worries, mate. You too.
Take it easy, buddy. Thank you.
Catch you later, man. Bye.